How good of you to visit. Come in.
Hello, Jenny. How are things?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Oh, so now you've graduated.
You might have been there.
Oh, the university was probably too busy at the time. Don't worry, I'll pop back sometime.
So, is this visit going to be as eventful as your last?
Well, if you mean, am I going to whisk you off to an alien planet, get involved in its local politics and foil some alien nasty who's intent on capturing you because of your beauty when compared to his ugliness? The answer's no.
That's good to hear, because I don't think I could stand another alien slobbering over me, asking for more than just a kiss, if you know what I mean.
No, nothing like that.
Good. Do you want to take a seat? Come on. Then what do you want? I assume this isn't a social visit. Never is.
Well, you've heard those news reports about that mutated water that's going around, yes?
Yes, I have. What of it?
Well, it all seems a little suspect.
Oh, no thanks.
What?
You want me to find out what I can about this thing, don't you? Well, I won't. I've just finished 6 years of this all up, so I've resigned myself to avoiding microbiology for the summer. Thank you very much.
Please, Jenny. You're the only person I can turn to. And my instincts tell me that this situation could soon turn sour.
And your instincts are never wrong.
Very rarely.
All right, but just this once, and only because it's you.
Mr. Gutnick, I've just got word from our Murnau.
Your woman from the CSIRO?
The very same.
Well, what has she to say?
It seems she's found what we're after.
At her location?
So she reports.
And she's reliable?
I screened her myself. Besides, her enthusiasm betrays her honesty. This woman sounds like she's found the Holy Grail.
Well, that's excellent news. But I want you to get a confirmation on this.
Not a problem. I'm already on it.
Good. We don't need another red herring.
Are you after any particulars?
Just break into the CSIRO data logs. Don't risk going too deep, Cameron. We only need to know if it's really there. If it is, this woman of yours can do the rest.
CSIRO, eh?
Yep. What's more, it appears that their research has gone even further than what they're reporting in the media.
Oh.
Apparently, they've matched the genotype of the mutated water supplies to that of the cultured fungi found in a chunk of meteorite off Mount Isa.
An extraterrestrial gene pattern, eh? Would the genotype data be stored anywhere?
I expect the CSIRO would have all the data. They usually do.
And that's where we're headed.
What, now?
Now it seems as good as time as any. The place should be rather deserted.
Not to mention off limits. You can't be serious.
I'm deadly serious, Jenny. If I don't get that genotype data into the TARDIS computer and work out some sort of antidote, we could be in serious trouble.
Okay, but I do this under formal protest.
Of course. Let's go! Looks very quiet.
How do you propose we get in?
Well, normally I'd prefer the direct approach. This time it might be safer to be cautious.
What now?
We'll have to take a closer look. There's no lock on the door, just an intercom.
How does that help us?
Well, it means the guard has reason to contact whoever's inside.
And when he does, then we know that somebody's going to come to the door soon after.
Exactly. So while you're distracting the guard and whoever comes out to visit, I'll try and sneak my way in.
Why am I distracting the guards?
Well, because you've got nicer legs than me. Does it matter?
Hi.
I'm sorry, this is a restricted area, miss.
That's okay. Didn't come in for the buildings. Came in for people.
I don't know what you mean.
Isn't this weather just so hot? Tell me, is my dress sticking to me?
What are you talking about?
I was just wondering if you could help me out with my little predicament. I think this dress needs to be ripped off me.
Well, perhaps we could work something out.
What the hell is all this?
Nothing. She's just... This lady here is...
You can bring your little friend too.
She's, keen for a bit of action. Like, she wants us to go over there into the bushes.
What the hell are you on about?
Like... Let's go, come on. Come on. Come on. Look at her! She's willing.
Oh, what the hell? What's the worst that could happen, eh?
I ain't nobody's sex kid.
I must say that was an interesting performance you put on Jenny.
There's a lot of things you don't know about me, Doctor. I ain't nobody's sex kid.
Seems you have yourself in something of a bind.
Your guards are rough.
What can I say? They do enjoy their work.
I'm glad somebody does, because I certainly don't.
So I see.
Where's the girl?
Elsewhere.
That's not a very forthcoming attitude.
I'm not a very forthcoming person. However, I'm hoping that you are.
I have a fairly high tolerance of abuse. It comes from being beaten about by the likes of you for years.
Nevertheless, I will extract from you the information I require.
Well, your goons have a barrel of fun at the same time, hey?
That all depends on you.
If you confess now, this will be much easier for both of us.
Confess to what, exactly?
Should have thought that was obvious. Your reasons for breaking into this establishment and attempting to access confidential files.
I see.
Well,
All right. I had my reasons for breaking into this establishment and attempting to access confidential files.
and those reasons are...
Most valid, I can assure you.
Perhaps I'm not making myself entirely clear. I want information, information, information!
I get it.
Not frightfully amusing, I'm afraid.
Just trying to lighten the mood somewhat.
This is a very serious matter, believe you me. I want information from you, and I want it now! The hard way it is then.
Perhaps we can do this in a more organised fashion this time around. What do you say to that?
That sounds like a splendid idea.
Very well then. Now, what's your name?
John Smith.
I see. And do you have any documentation to confirm this?
Not on me.
Of course not. And your friend?
Why don't you go and ask her yourself?
Because I'm asking you!
Her name's Jennifer Langard.
Thank you. See, it's not so hard being reasonable, is it?
Perhaps not.
Now, what are you doing in this facility?
Well, not a lot at the moment.
What were you doing in this facility?
Look, do you really have the right to ask me these questions? To hold me here? To throw me about the place like you have?
Of course not. But who's going to believe you?
What's your name?
Beg your pardon?
What's your name?
Raynor Vance. What's it to you?
Like you, I'd like to know who I'm talking to.
Fine. Now you know. Can we get on with it, do you think?
Unit would believe me. What? United Nations Intelligence Task Force.
What do they have to do with anything?
They'd believe my claims that I'm being treated unjustly and being held as your captive.
So?
They're based in Geneva. You know, where the convention comes from. The thing that tells us about how war prisoners should be treated.
You're not a prisoner of war, Mr. Smith.
Dr. Smith, if it's all right with you.
Are you a real doctor?
Of course.
Then it's all right with me.
They'd most likely come down on you like a ton of bricks. Especially if what I was attempting to find out here would be in a particular interest to them.
Suppose you'd like me to contact them for you. Let them know what we've got in our files.
If you'd be so kind, yes.
Forget it.
Quick phone call is all it takes. Look, I'll level with you. You have a pretty nasty pollutant in the water supply here. It's quite harmless in and of itself, but it's causing a chain of evaporation that's heating up the atmosphere something nasty.
And?
And it's not of this earth, which is why UNIT would be interested in it. My plan was to obtain the virus's genetic sequence from your computers and get it to UNIT so they could work out some sort of defense against it.
In that case, why didn't you just get authority from them in the first place?
To be honest, I really didn't give it a thought. I was trying to save time, which is something that's being impossible to achieve with me being locked up in here.
You really expect me to believe all of this?
Of course not, which is why you should contact those you can trust.
You're late. I know. Sorry. Never mind. Here now. With the Timor crisis out of our hands, Our options are closing down pretty drastically.
Which is why we need to get our hands on the viral strain your insider mentioned.
Would it be of any use, though? I mean, without a buyer?
We'll have the buyers soon enough. Just look at the effect this thing's had on the city's waterways already.
That doesn't sound like much.
I've looked into it. The economic repercussions would actually be quite extreme.
In that case, what's stopping the buyers from coming in their droves?
Your insider. They need proof that we've control of the virus before they'll decide to stake a claim.
I'm working on it. She needs to get in there and back out without leaving a trace.
It was easy enough for you to hack in and get the particulars before you contacted her. I really don't see what the problem is.
That was a simple sweep to get through the security protocols. To get the genetic information, we need to dive in there and stick around for a while.
Then get a physical sample.
Too dangerous. We don't know what effect that genetic stuff will have on human tissue in concentration.
Well, find out! I'd rather have a sample anyway. Who's to say how reliable their genetic scan was in the first place?
I'll talk to her, but I doubt that she'll like the idea.
And make her like it. Oh, offer her a financial incentive. That way she won't have to answer to the fact that a sample's missing.
And we can afford this? I thought you said things were tight.
We can afford to make her believe it. I'd rather you kept her quiet in a more permanent way than have to buy her silence.
I hope the sale you get from this thing is worth the price you're putting out obtaining it.
Considering that all we need is a single cell from which to clone the virus, I should think so. Besides, it's always worth the price. For us.
You think they would have given Vance a bigger office?
I imagine this is all a security man needs. It's perfect for disorientating interviewees, don't you think?
You sound as if you enjoyed the notion.
Certainly not. I hate interrogations. Glad it's all over. Did I check out okay?
After a fashion. Is there something wrong with good old-fashioned photo ID?
Well, when it comes to my involvement with UNIT, a good old-fashioned password is sufficient.
How quaint.
So we're on good terms now?
Oh, absolutely. And I must apologise for the treatment you both went through.
I should think so!
Not at all. It just shows he was doing his job properly.
Doctor!
He probably thought we were here to steal the genetic information on that virus. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. See, it's the sort of virus whose effects could be used in or manipulated to be used in germ warfare. As a result, it was under top security.
What? You and your lads? We got past them in a hit.
Illusion of liberty, Jenny.
Precisely, Doctor. The best way to protect something important is to convince everybody that it's not important at all.
Or to convince them that it's not there at all. By making it seem like security hasn't been stepped up.
Of course, there was always the risk of a mole or of somebody making their way into the computer network, which is why we've kept things tight, very close to the data itself.
Which is why you caught us.
Which is why we caught you, yes.
Haven't you really thought of devising an antitoxin to this?
Our people are working on one.
In that case, please allow us to offer our services. Microbiology just happens to be my field of expertise, and the doctor here is as equally qualified.
Yes, with UNIT backing you, a breakthrough should be imminent. They can give you people, equipment, facilities, the lot. Then the virus will no longer pose a threat.
Sir, we've got a suspect.
What?
A microbiologist working with the substances. She made an attempt to steal a sample.
You're joking!
I'm serious, sir.
This is exactly what I was talking about, Mr. Vance.
I understand your concern, Doctor, and I share it. Perhaps our suspect can offer us a lead that will help ease the immediate pressure that her and associates have put on us.
Sample in here. About to drive off and put up with her. All right, bring her in here. What's her name? Mona, sir. Louise Mona. Who are you working with, Manow?
I'm not telling you a thing!
You don't do this a lot, do you, Louise?
No.
Let her go. You don't want to make this worse on yourself than you already have.
No.
Tell us who you're working with.
You mean plea bargain?
In a manner of speaking.
What did they offer you?
What?
You must have known you'd be throwing your career away by doing this. What did they offer you? How much?
3 million?
I wonder who'd have that kind of money to throw around.
I can think of a few names. Shouldn't take too long to figure out who the right one is.
I don't know who it is. I really don't. I work through a contact.
Well, can you introduce us? After that, you're free to go, without a single blemish on your record.
I can't offer that, Doctor, and you know it.
No, but the courts might. First offence and all.
You really think so?
It's a distinct possibility.
Well, I was going to meet him today. So if I could get the sample to him...
We'll set up a sting.
Meanwhile, Jenny and I are on your scientific team. We need to develop this antitoxin as soon as possible, and today's events have shown us that we have very little time.
I'm sure the team would be glad to have your help.
There is one more thing. I mean, about the rendezvous.
Go on.
I need to take the sample with me.
No way. No.
But if I don't show that within the first 15 seconds that I have the goods, he'll know that I'm not for real.
She's right. She's got to have the sample with her.
You do realise what will happen if her associates get their hands on the sample.
Which is why you have to make sure that they don't.
Position now. Target area completely visible. Over.
Understood. Over and out. That's it, sir. Sharpshooter set up now.
Nothing yet.
It's still early, sir.
Exactly what I'm expecting. There. What did I tell you?
Harry, this is Operation Center. Be on the ready. Target is approaching. Over.
Understood. Over.
Do not fire until the word is given. Repeat. Do not fire until the word is given. Do you understand? Over.
I understand. Do not fire until the word is given. Over.
Good. And good luck. Over and out.
Get our girl into position.
Can do. Do you hear me, Mona? Be ready to step out and make the exchange on my mark. And remember, count the money when he gives it to you. He has to be convinced that you're for real. Mirror's in position, sir.
Good.
It's here, all of it. And the sample?
Right here. Encased in liquid nitrogen and a lot of insulation.
Excellent. Shall we swap cases and examine their contents?
Alright. I'd like to count the money now. Do you think I could borrow your card to rest it on?
Not a problem.
Repeat, hold fire! The target has the lure!
Whoever you are, I've got your plans! I'm getting out of here quietly or there'll be a mess on your hands.
What are you doing? There's no one else here!
Maybe not, but I don't like to limit my chances.
I swear, there's nobody here but us!
Only a guilty person would confess to innocence so readily. You set me up, haven't you? Haven't you?
We'll tell him. Hold fire, Harry. Repeat, hold fire.
Do I hear you correctly?
You do.
Go get her now and get that tail into action.
All right.
Mr. Vance, you'll be pleased to know that we're very close to having that antitoxin developed. The little bit of technology that not even UNIT has.
Glad one of us had such a promising evening.
Miss Murnau's contact got away.
Worse than that, he's got the sample.
What?
Don't worry, Doctor. We've got a discreet tail following you. We'll soon find out where they're operating from.
I'd like to examine this place for myself.
Are you joking, Doctor?
You need an insider, Mr. Vance, just as they did. You need somebody to be able to go in there and work out potential danger spots before your people go and barge in.
You're right, Doctor, but why you?
Because I'm a scientist, so I know what I'm looking for. I'm also a unit operative, so I'm equally qualified at bluffing my way through their facility.
All right, but be careful.
Is that Vance?
They're following Louise's contact now.
Did they get the sample?
The contact took it.
Then I suppose you'll be going in first.
That was the plan.
And so am I.
No.
Come on, 2 heads are better than 1. You need all the help you can get.
It was a sting.
Did you get the sample back? Good. We'll put it away on the lock and key. And go outside and watch for them. They're likely to be here soon.
As long as they don't send an army.
And what did Louise say her contact's name was?
Haynes. Cameron Haynes. Are you sure this is the best approach?
It'll catch them off guard. Are you an associate of Mr. Haynes?
I am Haynes. Mr. Goodnick would like to see you.
Who's Mr. Goodnick when he's at home?
Someone who would like to see you. Both of you.
Very well then, let's meet Mr. Goodnick. I must say, it's a rather interesting decor for an international supervillain's headquarters.
Mr. Goodnick enjoys redecorating. I believe he cleaned up this morning.
Don't we even get a chance to sit down?
Mr. Goodnick sits.
What can I do for you?
Nothing. We're here to see Mr. Haynes.
Then you're here to see me.
Are we?
Yes.
Then I take it you're in charge of all this.
And you're here to find out where the dangerous goods are so the police don't trip over them when they arrive, yes?
Something like that.
How long is it until they do arrive?
About 10 minutes.
Where's the sample?
Elsewhere.
But in this establishment.
You've had Cameron under constant surveillance. Where else could it be?
Where is it?
I think I've humoured you enough. Kill them.
You're a smarter man than that. Your time's up, and you know it.
Which is why I'm taking my leave of this place. When you're done with these two, you can join me.
Then this organisation's done for?
It does seem that way.
So why should I kill these two? Other witnesses can vouch for my involvement.
But they can't vouch for mine.
So kill them yourself.
I'd rather not. Besides, you're so good at it.
That was one time.
Very well. Don't kill them. I can still be out of the country by tonight and back in business in a month. You see, mine is a most international trade.
It'd have to be. After all, who wants to see a disease let loose in their own backyard?
You can join me, Cameron. We can carry on the work we've done here. We can still be wealthy.
But only if I kill these two.
And get the sample safely out of here, yes.
It's a better choice than standing around here and getting arrested. Very well. Come on, you two. Here will do us good anywhere.
One would have thought that you'd kill us near where you'd hidden the sample. Saves time now.
I'm not stupid, it's right here.
Got him!
Yours, I presume.
Help me. Let me, I'll show you Goodnick's escape route.
You won't get very far.
Don't kid yourself. He's probably already gone.
Then why did we come here? Why did you believe him?
I half hoped. I had no better options. But I'm sure of it now. He's gone.
Goodnick definitely got away. Police are trying to track him down, but they haven't had much luck so far.
And the antitoxin?
Our work was completed on that a couple of hours ago. It's being distributed through the city's water supplies as we speak.
Good. The enemy I hate more than a water pollutant is something that has an adverse effect on the air temperature. I hate to say it, but I can't stand this heat.
I know exactly what you mean. So, is there any chance you'll be sticking around long enough to give evidence in this case?
That's something of a stupid question, Mr. Vance.
I see. That's what UNIT says.
Come on, Doctor, I'll give you a lift home.
So you live locally?
It's something of a mobile home. Nevertheless, it has been very nice to meet you, Mr. Vance. Sure we'll be working together again sometime soon.
It shouldn't surprise me. UNIT have offered me a nice, cosy job at Pine Gas.
Can't imagine you'll have too many cases like this in the outback.
I should hope not.
Goodbye, Mr. Vance.
Goodbye.
You're not even going to look back?
I never look back, Jenny. I only ever look forward to see what life has in store for me next.
Something exciting, I should hope.
Oh, I should hope so.